Hi, this is Once Upon a Game, a one-shot role-playing game variety show where every week a bunch of nerds get together on Eric's Twitch channel, play a relatively prepless story game, and have a dope adventure all in about 3 hours. I'm Sam. She, her is fine for me. You can find me and my cat pics at Passerins on Twitter. This week we're playing Lady Blackbird, which is a game by John Harper. It's about, okay, so like there's this airship and a noblewoman and her bodyguard, and they're all on the run. And we'll get into it in a minute. Before we do, though, I want to introduce my homies for the evening. Eric, I had a whole joke about how you'd been dead for the last 2 years, but since you're a player, sometimes I think I can still hear his voice. But since you're a player, why don't you go first? Then Curb, Adam, and Thomas. So name, pronouns. I've never heard of you in my entire life, so where we can find you on the internet. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm sure people have done that joke. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kirby.
My hair color for one.
Everything is evil.
I was muted the whole time.
Wrestling. It's wrestling. It's a wrestling reference.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. I was actually muted the whole time. So everyone was joking at
No!
that. Yeah, I was muted in OBS.
Oh
yeah,
my god! I did that whole thing.
No, they got you. No, they heard you. They heard you, just not me.
Okay.
That was the thing. Right. So everybody, yeah.
Because your microphone
this
is
was
going
Yeah.
on its own,
Yeah.
not being a part of the Zoom call. Okay, gotcha. I've done that before. It sucks.
Yep. So, well, actually, technically it was live, but OBS sometimes says default, and default doesn't mean anything sometimes, even though like it's your default microphone. Whatever. Anyways, it's me. It's your boy. This is my first time on the show, so I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. You know who I am. Kirby, take it away.
Sure. My name is Kirby T. Candler. My pronouns are they, them, or he, him. I am online at Fancy Rectangles, and that's where you can find
Such a good name.
Weird shit that I do, including last night in the wee hours of the morning, I was looking at a bunch of lasers and feelings hacks and started writing one. I may finish it.
It's some furry shit.
There's a lot of like horse puns.
What's your favorite ones that you've seen so far? Maybe that's asking too much. We're a handful of favorites.
Well, the one I signed up to run next month is Power and Responsibility. I think that's a pretty good open-ended one. The one that I really just straight up want to play is Bizarre and Adventure. It's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure hack.
Yeah.
And music names and stuff like that, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
So
I know. In my secret heart of hearts, I've always wanted to run or have someone run for me Fast and the Furious.
Nice.
That's good.
Oh my god! There's a fucking Fast and the Furious legend.
Of course.
There's like if you can make a something and something pun, I'm sure there's a hack of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam /Dark Lavender Void. You can find me on the internet at Dark Lavender Void on Dice Camp, Twitter, Twitch, although that's not active. Discord. I'm making a game called Mortally Bankrupt, which we played earlier this month.
Yeah,
and
it was insane. It was wild.
Mm-hmm. It's about reality stars and eldritch horrors, and that playtest went so well, it kind of broke me developing the rest of the game because I'm just like, what is there left to do? And I have to like really look hard for stuff to fix. Yep.
Are you done?
That might mean the game's done.
Yeah.
No, there's still stuff to put in, but I need to playtest it more before I can get more info to act on.
Oh, and Adam, what are your pronouns?
They, them.
Cool beans. And if you have nothing else to say, last but not least, Thomas, I'm pointing like anybody else can see the Zoom call we're on.
I don't even have the Zoom call arranged in that way. So,
well, I do, and I'm the GM.
I'm Thomas. I use he, him pronouns. My favorite lasers and feelings hack that I really want to play is Magic and Muggle stuff. And you can find me on Twitter at Thomas M. Burton, but I don't really use it that much, so don't get your hopes up.
What is happening back there?
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm an idiot.
There are interlopers at my house. I'm going to have to get rid of them because they are giggling.
Yeah, what you guys did not see was the baseball bat spiked with nails Kirby had just then. Boss move.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not Twitch banned. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, you didn't hear me, Curb.
Yeah.
I was like, what you guys did not see just then was the baseball bat studded with nails Curb just grabbed. Okay.
This is a giggle-free zone.
I was like, watch your stream, watch your stuff with headphones, and then he has headphones on, so we can hear how hard he's laughing. He's like right outside.
Oh, that was a human being laughing?
Yes.
Oh,
that was my brother.
Oh, Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
So,
okay.
If I recall correctly from the 27 times I read the facilitator's guide, the next step is safety. Long spiel, we have a responsibility to each other more than we have a responsibility to the game. So there were two things that I wanted to establish. One, lines. Two, veils. Because, so we're playing Lady Blackbird. Lady Blackbird's going to be a prison break. Spoilers. And it is extremely likely that you're going to have to shank somebody to get out. So, where do we want to cut away from the violence? What is our comfort level with violence?
This is primetime TV level.
Okay.
If this was on CBS or something like that, right?
Okay, so like CBS, not HBO level.
Yeah. I should have specified that. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you don't get too much into eye stuff and choking, I'm good.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Cool beans. Does anybody else have anything that they do not want to get into? Obviously, gender is turned off in this setting. There's no gender, doesn't count anymore.
Nice.
So misogyny not particularly interesting to me. Oh fuck, you guys are not on. You guys are on the wrong screen.
There we go.
There we go. I didn't even notice.
I have a thing that I don't like in games. In-depth arguments.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So everybody try and be decisive is what you're saying?
More than that, extremely just intractable, I am going to try to convince you that I'm going to in character, characters trying to get their way over each other, and then just fighting and being against each other is just
Mm-hmm.
So talky PvP.
Yeah. I'm not too into that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's just assume that we're all the team, and we all want to do well together. So yeah. And obviously, if at any point you do not feel comfortable, or in the Zoom chat, put the X, do the YMCA dance for all I care. I'll know what it means. Okay, so Lady Blackbird, it's a game. I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna read it.
Do it.
And like I said before the game, somebody is legally required. You signed a contract that somebody has to do the Star Wars title scroll music.
But not too well, because we'll get muted.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you,
I
Eric.
down pitch it somewhat
You
so
the
the
real
algorithm doesn't
MVP.
pick up on it.
Okay, so Lady Blackbird is on the run from an arranged marriage to Count Carlo. She hired a smuggler ship, the Owl, to take her from her palace on the imperial world of Elysium to the far reaches of the Remnant so she could be with her once secret lover, the pirate king Uriah Flint. However, just before reaching the halfway point of Haven, the Owl was pursued and captured by the imperial cruiser Hand of Sorrow under charges of flying a false flag. Good job, Captain Vance. Even now, Lady Blackbird, her bodyguard, and the crew of the Owl are detained in the brig, while the commander of the cruiser, Captain Hollis, runs the smuggler ship's registry over the wireless. It's only a matter of time before they discover the outstanding warrants and learn that the Owl is owned by none other than the infamous outcast Cyrus Vance. How will Lady Blackbird and the others escape the Hand of Sorrow? That's what we're going to find out. What dangers lie in their path? Who the fuck knows? Will they be able to find the secret lair of the Pirate King? If they do, will Uriah Flint accept Lady Blackbird as his bride? By the time they get there, will she want him to? So that's the game. We start in a prison cell. It's going to take you over here.
I mean, existentially or?
Both. Both is good.
Okay, Jean-Paul.
In a sense, we're all stuck in a prison cell
Yeah.
of our own minds.
Why is Zoom small? Exit minimize video. Okay. So yeah. Before we get to the prison cell, though, I want to ask you one moment, dog. I want to ask you guys like some questions about your characters. I'm going to start from the top at Lady Blackbird.
Mm-hmm.
Who's playing whomst?
Yeah. I will write down our names next to each character, so on the screen, so I will just do that for everybody.
Oh no, they're already there
as we do it.
Oh,
right, but
yeah.
I mean the player name with them, so just so people can watching remember.
Okay, yeah. So who's Lady Blackbird?
I'm Lady Blackbird.
So Thomas is Lady Blackbird. Who is Naomi Bishop?
I am. Eric is.
You are. Eric is. Captain Vance.
You.
Curbs. And who is Kale Arkham?
Me.
Cool beans. Okay, so Lady Blackbird, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a palace.
Sure.
You have like an entire palace. And you are on the run from an arranged marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not particularly interested in the details of the arranged marriage. Presumably this dude was bad enough for you to run from. Whatever. What I'm interested in is if you look at your character sheet, which is in a handout, and you've run this game twice, so you know, you have not seen Uriah Flint in 6 years.
Okay.
First of all. Second of all, you don't even know where he lives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, what made you think that what made you so desperate that this was your best course of action? Run off with your bodyguard, hire some sketchy smugglers, and go to your like boy toy in the Remnants.
I think it was like it's like a quarter life crisis thing. I picture Lady Blackbird being in her mid-20s, like she was about to get married and kind of inherit the family.
Everything.
Like she was being prepared to take over the Blackbird estate, kind of thing, run the palace and everything. And she saw that life ahead of her of tea parties and courtly drama and stuff, and it scared her with how boring it was and how restricted it was, and she decided she wanted freedom. She wanted the open skies.
And why have you not seen Uriah Flint in 6 years? Like, how did you meet?
I think the only way it makes sense in my mind for them to have met is that like she was on some sort of she was on some Imperial ship that got attacked by pirates, but I don't want to do the Stockholm syndrome thing. So I think I think she's never been into the Imperial thing. And so when this ship, like she met him and was attacked by pirates and willingly went and this is kind of the second time she's done this basically.
Mm-hmm.
So she tried to become a pirate once and then got brought back to the family and groomed to become the head of the.
Oh, so she
rehabilitated.
Yeah, she got rehabilitated, but this time she's like, no, I'm getting out of this for good.
This is for realsies.
Yeah.
And when I say the remnants, I should probably explain the universe that Lady Blackbird takes place in. Mm-hmm. It's outer space, but it's not outer space. It's worlds orbiting a dim sun, a dim and probably dying sun. I'm deciding that it's dying. That magical theorists, there's magic in this setting, theorize is made of essence, which is the source of all magic. And instead of the hard vacuum of space, it's breathable gas that airships fly through. And if you
open,
huh?
You can let the windows open in the summertime.
Yeah, sometimes you can just go
this thing.
Oh my God, hive mind.
Quick aside, that just made me realize I need to do a Fall of Magic Lady Blackbird hack about restarting the sun. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. So if you go down into the depths, the air becomes progressively less breathable. That's where the giant sky squids are, et cetera, et cetera. Captain Vance, your ship can survive in the lower depths for about 4 hours. So yeah, just to go back to Lady Blackbird. So you decided to dip because, honestly, even if you're mad rich, massive land holdings, a palace, that life is not great. So my question is, what do you regret leaving behind? You left something behind that you care deeply about. What is it?
I think she since we've been kidnapped or not kidnapped, but imprisoned, and we're in the brig, it is starting to dawn on her just how much privilege she's left behind. The thing that she's left behind is
money,
a palace and a bunch of money and parents who are going to look out for her. And it's starting to dawn on her the life that she is actually chosen to leave behind. Yeah.
Big whoops. Okay, so Naomi.
Yeah.
So let's play the tape forward a little bit. You get off the Hand of Sorrow. You somehow successfully navigate the remnants, which are, if the asteroid belt was in constant motion and horrible and impossible to navigate.
Yeah.
So you get through there. You, Lady Blackbird's bodyguard, deliver Lady Blackbird safely to Uriah Flint. What do you do then?
Ooh.
Also, for background, Naomi Bishop is an ex-slave / pit fighter.
I think the big thing I've always wanted to do, I think I'm going to become a sort of freedom fighter. I want to liberate pit fighters everywhere and just knock down that whole institution. Just crush it to the ground. And I want to be the one leading that rebellion.
That's a big ask.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Also, this. Also, I put in the chat alpaca farmer.
Is that true?
Good.
Huh? No, that was just my suggestion for Naomi. The other question is the obvious one, which is where did Lady Blackbird find you? What hole did she pull you out of? And why don't you just snitch? Why haven't you turned her in yet?
Right.
Why are you so loyal? Why do you care about this spoiled noble woman who's just running away because I don't want to go to tea parties?
I think.
Tell me if I'm not you.
I mean,
No,
I
it's
think the obvious one is that our bond transcends the orders of a bodyguard person relationship, and that I owe a or yeah, I owe you a significant life debt, right? And so like a life pays for a life, so like I have to serve you until you dismiss me.
Yeah, like maybe
And I'm a very honorable person, I imagine. So like I feel like I have to do this thing. You saved my life. I don't,
yeah, maybe I like was the one who helped. Like, I saw a pit fight maybe once and was so disgusted by it that I like ordered the whoever owned you to, or like I
Oh,
even like bought you from them and then set you free.
can it be actually when you met Cyrus Vance and it was an attack or whatever?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that
could
too.
Could it be that actually I was part of the other crew or something like that, and like maybe I and like you somehow, like maybe I was holding you prisoner when this was happening, or like in some kind of way, and you realize that like this isn't my bag, and like I'm actually a good person, and you know what I mean, like, and the Saints are like, no, free this, like I'm gonna use my privilege to free this person, and I mean, like I can't believe it, and
Sure,
or you literally saved my life or something like that, and you like literally you maybe can tell me a little bit more of the details about like what the scenario was, but yeah, like I really like the idea that like you were sympathetic to me and you saved my life and you didn't have to, and I remember that like it was a completely voluntary thing by you to do that, and so despite us being in this weird predicament and you running off and things like that, I have to follow you because like you did this out of no obligation to me, and I respect that.
That works.
Also, like Lady Blackbird, how like aware are you in general of like the whole I have a life debt, I have to serve her until she dismisses me situation? Like, have you guys ever like talked that out?
Probably not in so many words. I think like presuming there's some sort of life debt, I imagine Naomi would have like verbally pledged that to me, and she's probably not super comfortable with that concept, but also
I don't know, are you super comfortable with that concept?
No, I mean Lady Blackbird is
no. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's say it this way. In order for me to dismiss, like to be like considered paid for, I have to do 3 deeds, like 3 great deeds for you, right?
Yeah.
And like that's like considered the.
But I think it's on your, like, I feel like I don't think Lady Blackbird's like, do 3 great deeds for me and then I will let you go. That seems like it would be more on
Naomi.
No, it's almost like all kind of self-imposed, and like you're like no, like I'm gonna pay you, you're my bodyguard, like I don't care about your weird quaint honor shit, like come on, like
so like PMS ice cream run,
yeah.
de-ice my car and change that one light bulb
and tickets to Hamilton. We're done.
yes, a real great deed.
Yes. My lord.
Oh God.
Right?
Okay. So Cyrus.
Yeah.
Let's play the tape forward with you. You are the captain of the Owl. If you don't want to open up the PDF, there's like a whole handout for the Owl.
I saw.
Yes, yeah. So it's an old junker that you and Kale, and alas, poor Snargle, I knew him well. Yes. You guys modified this. It's souped up, it's fresh, it's ready to rumble. However, like, you are a smuggler, and is smuggling people where they should not be generally in your wheelhouse?
I think I'm making an exception for this particular case. I think because Cyrus is ex-Imperial soldier, so I think almost to wrap around to I think he was on the ship when Lady Blackbird was kidnapped. And I think he was actually tasked with bringing her back.
So like she didn't just like find you at the steamship spaceports.
No.
Like you already had a connection to her before. Hey, I'm dipping from this.
I don't necessarily know if we still remember each other, but I think that was the point where I was like, I had to hand her over. I think I objected or something, and I was just like, I can't stand for this. And I think that's what made me end up exiled. I don't know if I was like fired or quit or something.
Were you fired or did you quit?
Maybe if I could step in, maybe you were like tasked to bring her back, and the whole operation was like a huge boondoggle, and you took the fall for it.
I think probably I sabotaged it on purpose. I think after getting her back into custody, like right before the handoff, I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? What, all of this. And I was like, nope. And they got her back anyway, and I dipped.
Okay. So you took the L. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, now you run your smuggler with the owl. So what makes you think you can pull this off? Go to the asteroid belt, but horrible. Find a pirate king's fortress that you don't even know where it is. This girl has not seen this man.
Oh no. Oh no, you froze. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
A long freeze too.
Yeah, it is.
Oh boy.
The long freeze. The ice.
You're
back.
There they are.
Okay.
There they are. Is that like the once an hour? So did you hear all that, Curb?
Has not seen this girl in.
And that's
so this girl has not seen this man in 6 years. You're going to go to a pirate fortress, theoretical pirate fortress, in the asteroid belt, but fucking horrible. What makes you think you can pull this job off?
I think it's less that I can and more that I have to. Fucked up 6 years ago. I got to make this right. Even if it
so many life debts.
Yeah. Well, not really a debt.
I feel like I probably am also like
just fixing a problem.
I feel like I'm paying you pretty like I did the like here's a bunch of money up front, and once we find that pirate king, that guy, like he's get like I feel like there's a big reward in it for you too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm in love. I'm not stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think Jill would kick my ass.
Also, like Cyrus Vance is slightly in love with Lady Blackbird, but we decided before the stream that we're just gonna play that like, he's never gonna act on it. Is he fine, Curb? Is he fine for Captain Vance?
Oh, thanks, John.
I mean,
John stopped by and chat, everyone. Say hi to him.
Oh, cool.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Yeah, and he's just subscribed. Good? Yeah, thanks, John.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
Dope. Dope.
Yeah, I think it's kind of scruffy, kind of good looking in that, that sort of way.
Less Han Solo and more Han YOLO is what you're saying?
A little bit.
Okay. And I'll like go through and be like, oh my God, what's the look? Like one more 30 questions portion of the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. So Captain Vance, I'm done with you. Okay, so Kale, so did you start out a burglar or did you start out a smuggler? Which came first, the crime chicken or the crime egg?
I think I actually started way back as a smuggler. Like I've been actually smuggling for like since an ungodly young age. because there were just friends of mine that were like, hey, I found this. Here, take this. Here's how the job works. You just hide this under your shirt, and then you go over there, and then you give this to that person who looks like this.
So you were a corner boy.
Mm-hmm.
Very The Wire.
Yep. And after I got some skills with doing that, and with some jobs going wrong, I finally had like skills to like break into places and take shiny things. I also imagine like I have kind of like a fetish for objects, like and like
baubles.
You're very
like
fancy.
Yeah. I like the sound of metal clinking together.
So like what's your bauble of the moment? What is your favorite bauble right now?
The owl and all of its innards.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of metal clinking together on the owl, I imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of the owl, so you were a corner boy, but like not for drugs. For drugs? I don't know your life. If you want to like
think so.
What that was, no, like contraband romance novels, goblin porn. I don't know. Don't tell Snargle.
Goblins can shapeshift too.
Yeah.
I know, it's real freaky.
God, I read that comic. Okay.
It's outlawed to protect everyone else writing.
So
stuff.
now that we're actually playing
Scandalous
Lady
novels.
Blackbird together, I can tell my Lady Blackbird story, which is this is the one time that I played this game before. I was GMing for my parents.
Oh no!
And they played Lady Blackbird and Snargle and got it on. And this just happened in the first.
That's really uncomfortable.
That's my Lady Blackbird story. What's
Okay.
yours? You lose.
Somebody teleported.
I win.
Yeah, you have
I think we
1,000
all
yards. You have
That
1,000.
wins. You already won, Lady Blackbird.
I know.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's
God. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Pretend that I never brought up goblin porn. Christ.
Close that.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, okay, so you were
It's like you all are amateurs. Like lights up a cigarette.
shit, but like baby questions.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
I feel like that's like you just described a penny arcade comic, basically. Like,
Yeah,
I can,
like-
I can see those the three panels.
Oh my god, it's like the role-playing game Lost.jpg. It really is.
Yeah.
But, like verbally.
All right, we're done.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Boy.
that's another great deed.
Oh. Okay, we peaked. Okay, no. You're back on track.
All right.
So you were a corner boy.
Mhm.
So how did you end up from the rough streets, hiding stuff under your shirt, breaking into people's houses to get the goods when the drop didn't happen, to being the mechanic on a busted old steamship that you've been retrofitting for a hot minute? Like, where did you and Cyrus meet? And like, where did you get your mad mechanic skills?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Let's start with your mad mechanic skills.
Yeah. I feel like I maybe had like some sort of automobile at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or like my gang did or something. And we had to like soup it up to get away from Imperial officers and shit.
Two Lady, Two Blackbird, yes.
So that's where I started with that. And the owl is not completely familiar to me at all. So I've like spent a few years or so figuring out how skyships work, as opposed to just like.
Are the
regular
engine
world
designs
machines.
analogous? Like, are the
Not at all. No,
No. Okay, yeah.
it's
Like,
hard. Yeah.
Are they slightly magical? Is that how you like? Are steamship engines slightly magical? Is that how you Is that how you're also a petty sorcerer? Oh, by the way, Kale Arkham is a petty sorcerer.
Surprise!
So you just,
I know a thing or two.
Everybody's got a side hustle. It's fine.
it's fine. Yeah.
You got to hustle when you're out here.
Emphasis on petty.
Yes. Yeah. So you you souped up your car for Elysium Drift. Phantom Secret, I've never actually seen a Fast and the Furious movie. I've just seen the memes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Cool.
Whatever. So how did you meet Cyrus? Like, from the streets to the skies, how did you meet Cyrus Vance?
Cyrus, did you like need a partner in crime for smuggling things? And I was just like, okay, I did smuggling a while ago and I got good at it, that I kind of upgraded to burglary.
Yeah, I feel like we may have ended up on a job together and just clicked. I feel like someone who wasn't necessarily really noticed when they were in the Imperial Army and still can rattle off a bunch of bullshit protocols, like claiming an impounded vehicle, for one.
Oh my god, did you try to steal his car?
No, I mean, that's how we got the owl.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
That's how we fucking boosted the owl. We decided.
I love it. I love it.
You know, you forge some papers, you get some stuff. So yeah, I feel like we worked together on a job, probably like maybe smuggling stuff back into the Empire.
I love it. Like, you're telling this story. I'm sorry, Kirby. I imagine you telling this story at a bar, right? And you're like, it was the fastest ship in the Corellian port. And they're like, no, it's not. That's the speeder. And they're like, it was the fastest one in the district. No, that's big. That's big. Dark Blades night cruiser. Okay, it was the fastest one in the junkyard. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's just like going lower. Yeah, I don't know. Just make it.
Like big Dark Blades.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of cool gang names.
Yeah.
Okay, my buddy Big Dark Blades down by the docks.
Yeah, and then it's like,
that's what you smuggled into the Empire, big dark blades.
Yes.
Yes. We are not making a Blades in the Dark joke. I just made it.
Oh no.
Look, I just cut all of the pages out of this. It's somewhere in here.
Yes. Maybe because like we were smuggling stuff into the Empire, like here are these blades that counteract the Imperial like weaponry and armor and stuff like that. I think that was probably our big job. And then we were like, we did this. We should probably go somewhere that is very not close to here, because if this, you know, if we're found out, it's going to be a thing. I think we've done the most we can for the Empire, and I think now it's time to just... And then we pick up this job.
So, but you guys have been together for a few years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think this was the owl was maybe our project for like, okay, we're going to get out of this area. Like we're gonna do the big time, so to speak. So
yeah.
I feel like we're smuggling Lady Blackbird out of this zone, and we're not going back.
Oh, so you guys, this is it for you?
Yeah, there's no return trip. We're just like, this is why we're going as far as we can and through the asteroid field. Like part of it, we were probably planning on going anyway, and then she caught wind and. Oh, hi.
This girl. So wait, between Cyrus and Lady Blackbird, so you guys had a prior connection.
Yeah. A little bit.
So like, refresh me, who actually remembered who from this connection? Lady B. Every time I say Lady B in my head, I just picture Cardi B.
Yeah, I think it was probably me. You know, it was getting close to the wedding, and I knew, I eventually made the decision that I didn't want to go through with it, and so I needed to get out. And maybe I put some feelers in, like, you know, I asked her, like, some people I knew in the
a guy
military context
who robbed a guy.
Yeah. Who do you know that can move something secretly, kind of thing? And then were like, you know, somebody said, oh, Cyrus Vance is your man. And
he wishes.
And probably like the name like twigged in my memory, but I didn't really know your whole involvement in the previous situation. But I was like, oh yeah, that's a name I've heard. I trust that. And then I went to you, I think.
Cool. Okay, so real quick before we get into the prison break, what does everybody look like? Let's start with Lady Blackbird. What do you look like?
Oh man.
What are you wearing right now? So we open like in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Captain Vance, you got arrested for flying a false flag. Very sloppy, Captain.
It's hard to get up to that flag. The hatch sticks. You know what? I was distracted. I'll admit it. It was on me.
Yeah, it's understandable. Everybody makes mistakes. So yeah. What are we wearing for the occasion? Before I ask you to describe the prison cell and kick this thing off. So Lady B, what do you got on?
Well, I'm in disguise. So I think she's wearing she's trying to look like a sailor essentially. So she's wearing like just rough sewn like rough woven breeches. She's got like a vest on, like a wool vest, and a blouse underneath that. Her hair is probably like tousled in the way that like somebody, like it looks like it was done on purpose if you were to actually pay attention. She's got brown hair, and she's probably like dirtied her face a little bit.
I'm totally a grease monkey. Never mind that I've never held a wrench in my entire life. Okay. Naomi.
Her hands, I think her hands are the giveaway. They're like not they're not worn. They're very like
that manicure is still on point.
Manicured hands, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Naomi, what are we wearing for the occasion?
Real simple stuff. I kind of imagine Zoe from Firefly.
Nice.
Yes.
Right. Just classic looking brown like brown trousers, like a navy-ish kind of functional army-ish jacket. And then like a little like shirt underneath it.
Cool. Captain Vance, Kirby, are you just wearing what you're wearing right now?
I mean, it's a good shorthand. Yeah, probably like probably a shirt in this style, waistcoat, maybe like he probably saved like a really nice pair of pants from like his old dress uniform, and they got like a stripe down the side, and he found like the good boots. And
does he iron the pleats? Does he iron the pleats?
I mean, it's already steamed. This is the setting we're in.
Is that what the steampunk is?
Yes.
All your clothes are just automatically pressed. If that's I mean,
like,
I'd like it a lot more.
Yeah, he hangs it up by an exhaust thing and lets that do the work. I mean,
yeah.
Kind of
scruffy and handsome.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining like a Chris Pine kind of thing. I know, like that narrows it down to like several Chris's, but
yeah, Chris Pine, Chris Spruce.
Yeah. But no, that and probably like blonde hair like flopped over to the side in that like irritatingly unkempt but still cute way,
So like Captain Vance stepped off a romance novel cover is what you're saying. Yes. And that's why Lady Blackbird remembered you.
Oh no, I look like a nerd back then.
Oh, you had like, okay. Yeah. So you got your glow up in the last 6 years is what you're saying?
I got the Steve Rogers special.
You got jacked.
Hey, heavy lifting, it does wonders.
Squats.
That's scoundrel life.
Squats.
I live by that.
And last but not least, Kale, our mechanic, our petty sorcerer, our corner boy.
I almost think like I kind of look like a blacksmith, maybe. So I've got like really thick gloves on one hand, and I think like maybe steel-toed boots. but I've got one hand free for like magic and stuff, so I have the other glove like hooked onto a belt.
Mm-hmm. The Michael Jackson special, yes.
Yeah.
Kirby, thank you for laughing at my jokes always.
I just think like a lot of leather all over the outside. Like big leather jacket with like a hood. And
is it a leather hood?
Yes.
Commitment. I like it.
Because if stuff leaks, that's kind of like
on your head.
Shouldn't be touching. It's basically like the replacement for a hard hat or something. Yeah.
There's no fantasy OSHA. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
No OSHA in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have.
And I think Kale's like 40 or something like that.
So you've been around, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not talking like a Ute. We're talking like a grown ass man. Okay, all right. So yeah. Curb, did you like mentally just move the dash in your head?
What?
Never mind.
Oh, I did. I definitely did.
Thank you, Thomas. I didn't realize that until it came out of my mouth. Anyway, so you, the owl, the crew, you have been caught by the Hand of Sorrow. The Hand of Sorrow is like, it says X meters long on the character sheet. It's like a third of a mile long. I did the conversion before we started. So it's big, and you're like 150 feet. So there was no chance of a firefight here. Did you guys go peacefully, though?
I punched somebody. Let's be real.
That's real.
You know, and somebody tried to accost Lady Blackbird, probably, right? It's like, no one touched the lady, and there was like, back down. It was like, grumble.
Yeah. And that's why you guys are in the brig, because Naomi Dunn did something stupid.
Yeah.
That's when classic. You said no one touched the lady too. I probably like elbowed you because I'm undercover. I'm supposed to just be some comments.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, you have been thrown unceremoniously into the brig while they run your ship's registry. What does the brig look like here? Who's been in prison before? How does it stack up?
Hey.
So yeah, Naomi, you tell me what the brig looks like.
I mean, it's like way better than the slave pits I'm from. I mean, like, this is fine.
There's no human excrement, no flies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like the Imperium, for all its shitty tyranny, like it has a sort of like code that everyone has to abide by. So it's actually like, I mean, it's not like dilapidated or horrible. However, just, you know, I've been in one of these. It's been a very, very long time since I've been in a jail cell like this for so long. However, to follow this up, I'm pretty sure Kale's been in one more recent than I have, and I think Kale probably has something better to say about it than I do.
Yeah, like how big is it? Are there cots? Like, I think they're just keeping you here until like they can run the registry, and then they're going to hand you off to somebody.
Yeah, no, there's no cots here. It's just a holding cell.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
For Kale, on the other hand, this is like really small because in Kale's situation, Kale's been like incarcerated before, but the way that they do it is they just move you to a different planet and then just like let you roam free on that planet with no way to like construct a vehicle to get out, and they just have like people. Yeah, exactly.
Just
Space Australia. Yeah. All right. So I think it's big enough to hold all of you. There is a sturdy iron door with a lock on it. And how long have you guys been in this cell? Has it been like 5 minutes or has it been 5 hours? You guys tell me.
Minutes?
Like
30 minutes?
Yeah,
minutes?
I feel like like half an hour maybe.
20 minutes, yeah. Enough to be like, this sucks. I want to get out of here. Yeah.
Well, this is boring. So it's mostly featureless. There's a single cot bolted to the wall. So if you guys were to stay here overnight, somebody's sleeping on the floor, and it's 3 of you sleeping on the floor. And as you guys are chilling, like, you hear the sound of somebody walking down the hall whistling. And as you listen to it, like, the whistling sound, like, has anybody listened to Andrew Bird? No.
Yeah.
We're like, he does like a looping machine thing where the whistling reduplicates on itself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So like at times it sounds like there's 3 whistlers, but there's only one set of footsteps in the hallway.
Okay.
Naomi and Kale, you guys both recognize this as like a minor magical talent. So yeah, what is your hot plan to break out of this cell? Have you talked about this yet?
No, the hot plan is that I've already done it. You see,
Mhm.
I've already broken myself out, and now I'm currently getting everyone else out.
Sounds good.
So
Here's the
that's
plan.
Where,
Yeah.
You're saying that's where we open, actually?
That's where we open up. You guys are like, shit, we're stuck here. And I like walk out from the other side like, oh, you want me to get you out of here? Because I have already gotten myself out because I'm very strong and I know what I'm doing.
So what did you do?
Oh, yeah. So obviously, like when I had the time, I really just like, I think people underestimate just how strong I am. And I just like look at the joints of where this thing is, and I just kind of like pry the joints off the door, right? Like
Just
the sliding gate.
Do that.
Yeah, I just
So like we get like this happens like as it opens like you just like look back at all like have you guys been like trying to make a plan?
Yeah.
And then like Naomi just like tears the door off.
I think probably like after half an hour or something, Lady Blackbird, who by the way sat down on the cot as soon as we got in and like took the cot for herself.
Naturally,
the cot.
It's what she deserves.
Exactly. She like after a little while of like tense silence, she probably would like accost Captain Vance and be like, well, I thought you were supposed to be the greatest smuggler in the Imperium, but doesn't seem to be the case.
1-star review on Yelp. Yeah.
Hey lady, this isn't done yet.
So really, yeah. I think everyone's kind of planning, and I've kind of just went into automatic mode, and really I would have been breaking out and trying to take down the security guard before letting everybody else out is probably what I would be doing. So like,
so okay, yeah. So do you want to, here's the thing, do you want to just get out, or do you want to get out quietly so you have the drop on the security guard?
Oh yeah, me doing it quietly is absolutely an essential part of this. Like I feel like fictionally I'm doing this without even anyone else even realizing that I've already gotten them out.
Like
everybody got like lockpicks, and he's just like drumming on the like the bars and stuff. Yeah,
I think Cyrus has been pacing back and forth, and like half his brain is like trying to come up with a brilliant plan, and half of it is like, should I sit down next to her? Is that okay? Should I check on her? You know, that sort of thing.
Put my jacket over her shoulders. Okay, so for you to do this quietly, Naomi, you to do this quietly, Naomi, it's gonna be a roll.
Definitely.
Oh my god, we're gonna roll dice. I love rolling dice. Okay, so
is this to get out or to take down the guard, or is it? Is this wrapping it all in one action?
This is to get out quietly, because like ripping metal makes noise. But if you want to do it quiet and get the drop, like that's what's at stake in this roll. Do you get out quietly?
Sure.
So yeah. The way rolls work in this is I'm gonna pull up Naomi's thing.
Yeah.
It's a dice pool. I'm going to set this at the suggested challenge rating in the book is 5 for Naomi breaking out quietly. I'm going to make this 4. Just because John Harper's not my real dad and he can't tell me how to live my life. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now. I don't care. I frankly do not care. Okay, so I'm going to set this at 4. So 4 or more of the dice that you roll have to be over a 4. That's a lot of 4 numbers. So
over 3, right? It's 4 or higher, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 or higher is a hit.
Yeah, 4 or higher is a hit.
Okay.
No, because so the challenge is 4, and then 4 dice have to be over 4.
They always
makes
have to
sense.
be over 4. It's
You always
just a
have to be over
number
4.
that have
4
to
is-
be over that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you start with 1 dice for sheer luck, because you're good at what you do. Do you have a trait that can help you with this?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one here for being stealthy, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe keen?
I feel like
Yeah,
keen.
I was thinking
Yeah.
keen, but also like bodyguard being aware of threats, but also like just being an ex-slave also. Like that's the problem is I have 3 that are super good here.
Mhm.
So like,
I guess-
so if anyone else can see my my character sheet, my traits are pit fighter, bodyguard, ex-slave, and keen. And each of those has a very varying amount of tags to them. I'm not going to list them all off, but like each of those, I have like 3 that qualify for this thing under each of those subsets of traits, and that's why I'm just staring at this, being like, I don't know what to do because they're all really good.
I feel like the way you described your action as like we're all sort of pacing around, and you're the one that like was
Yes.
like, I'm just going to go after it. That sounds like
Yeah.
keen to me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I agree with you, and because I'm sort of like already in a plan to get out of here, I'm using the keen trait here, Sam.
Okay.
And because
so that's one more.
I've
die.
already sized this place up. Being the insightful person that I am, I see how this door works. I'm aware of when the guard is whistling. I can like time it with the whistling for like any part I need. In fact, also the drumming part. Like I'm literally just doing this as quietly as possible. Like no one, not even my friends here near me, are seeing this, right? And I'm gonna reach for traps here because I'm familiar with mechanisms.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
Right. Would you take coiled because I've
The
kind
coiled force of your muscles, yes.
of okay.
Okay, so that's 5 dice, so 4 of those
Yeah.
have to hit.
Right. I was gonna burn
pull
some
in your pool dice.
Yeah. I was gonna burn 4 more pool dice.
Holy dicks, that's a lot of dice. Yeah,
Go
so
big or
let's
go
just
home.
I mean, if we don't
temporarily
get out of
those,
here.
let's just temporarily move those to dice jail. So you're rolling 9d6.
Mm-hmm.
96 dice. Whoa.
Whoa, 96
Nice.
dice.
96.
I want
I see what you guys did there.
96 greater than. I think this is greater than. Wait, is greater than which way is it? Greater than 4. Greater.
So 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah, no, but I'm okay. Well, I'm just gonna roll 96 and then we can count them together.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Hey, you
You
did
done
it.
did
Yeah.
it.
Just real quick,
Okay.
do a test real quick. Greater than 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is the way to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
For some reason, I panicked and didn't remember how symbols
Roll
work.
20 worked.
Value
yeah.
symbols work. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you've
cool.
got 4 pool dice in dice jail.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna
I
keep
did
saying dice jail because I found it amusing.
I like
Okay,
it
so
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do that. You successfully do that. You. How do I pop out the video? There we go. Now I can see all your faces, all your beautiful faces. So yeah, what do you do with the door after you pop those hinges off?
I kind of like just set it back exactly where it was. Like, so you don't even know that the door's busted.
So you've slipped out into the hallway, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And this person was like the person who was walking down the hall and whistling was like looking into somebody's cell, like peering into the cell. Eric didn't know. He's looking down. You don't see me. Like peering into a cell and like talking to somebody, talking to a prisoner real quick. He's got a snack. And does not immediately see you. What do you do?
Bonk.
Okay.
Just easy. Not even turn around. Don't even want to interrogate the person. I'm like, and they're going to sleep. Like, if I can, Vulcan, grip,
Neck pinch.
right?
You know what?
Just collapse them.
I'm just going to give that to you because you have the drop. You rolled 90.
And I go, shh. I just put them down.
Yeah.
Nap time. Meanwhile, in the cell, Naomi's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
I think I don't notice until I'm like, wait a minute. And I look up and I go,
Where's Naomi?
and it's fucking done. I'm like,
yeah. And
I'm
great
like,
job.
I think Kale's like a little too keen about getting out of jail that he just doesn't say anything,
right,
and waits for Naomi to do it.
naturally, I'm coming back with the guard like on me. I'm not leaving the guard in the hallway. I'm bringing them back to the cell, and so that's probably what you see me like. Where's Naomi? And like you see Naomi, I'm just holding the guard like this outside the door.
I'm picturing the door just like you just like kick the door into the cell. It falls with a thud. You're like carrying a guard by the scruff of their neck. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Yeah, exactly. I really thank you guys for indulging me for, by the way, just as a player aside. I love being, this is my shining moment kind of thing, and I'm totally going to like go to fade to the back for the rest so everyone gets spotlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just the thing that shows me I did the badass thing for you all, right? Yes. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, we can go if you want.
Good initiative. Yes. Okay. I remember
Lady Blackbird like stands up and like dusts herself off and looks at you and says, "Well done, Naomi. Glad to see that somebody here is taking initiative to get us where we're going."
Do you guys think, I'm gonna kick this to you guys, do you think that Naomi hit the key of vengeance here? You didn't kill an Imperial.
It just says strike a blow, especially by, but not necessarily. I would say like just completely dunking on their whole jail situation, just like it was nothing, is a good just, fuck you to them. So
yeah,
I'd say yes.
I would say, if anything, as Naomi, I think it would be more Key of the Guardian, as I'm looking out for you all and being like, we can't go where we're going when we're stuck in a cell.
Yeah, right. So if you guys are not going to protect the lady, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, mark 1 XP on your dope key meter. Yeah. And if anybody's watching, well, I've got the list of things that you can buy with advances. Me zooming in does not help people see it. Also,
Eric, you did that on my XP.
Yeah, I was gonna say you marked the wrong. Oops. Yeah.
Man.
I
got it. I know what I'm doing.
XP if you're giving.
I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional.
You are a professional roll 20 min.
There we go. Thank you.
So yeah, you guys have successfully gotten out of the cell with minimum fuss or muss. Eventually somebody's going to notice that a guard who can do magic is missing, but that's not your problem for the moment. So there are some things that you need to do, or that you can do once you're out of the cell. Somebody's going to run your license and registration through the wireless. I can mark conditions on you guys, and if we were playing a longer game, I could mark conditions on the owl. The owl starts with the condition needs fuel marked. Were you out of fuel, or did they take your fuel, Cyrus?
I think we burned it trying to like get away as a last second gambit that almost worked.
You're almost enough. You're running on fumes.
Almost worked. And yeah, now we're kind of fucked.
And Kale, what kind of fuel does the owl take? We said before that like the engines are slightly magic. So
yeah,
batteries, I don't know.
I feel like you have to put in, let me see. Charged powdered quartz.
Okay.
Seems legit.
Seems real. Yeah. Okay. And this is a standard fuel source for airships. So it's conceivable.
And then you mix it with water so that it can like flow like a fluid. But otherwise it's like if you like touched like a battery to it, it would start charging and stuff. Yeah.
That's interesting. So it's conceivable that some of that is lying around the Hand of Sorrow somewhere.
Yeah.
You also
You're back.
Yeah, you skipped out right when you were saying that.
Yeah, you also.
Huh?
Your internet did the internet thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you froze up for a
motherfucker.
second.
Yeah,
And
you
so
said-
all we heard is you also, and then it cut.
We're
Oh,
good
I
now.
said you also don't have any of your shit.
What about what happened to Snargle? Is Snargle with us?
Snargle is hiding on the ship and is totally fine.
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
He's
Okay.
very
Yes,
good at
absolutely.
hiding.
I wouldn't
Yes.
want anything to happen to him.
No.
Currently, he looks like a mop bucket.
Yeah, it's fine. He's fine.
He's just
fine.
he's just biding his time. Did you guys leave Snargle there? I'll let Snargle be a chip and play. Like, he can't do anything. The owl is.
He's taking care of the owl. Like, I think once we get the fuel in there, he'll like start basically
Prepping engines.
up the engines.
Yeah.
So he'll have that
Same
extra
page.
step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think we had a last minute break, which is why we got stuck out there and I couldn't fix it quickly enough because literally things were falling on my head and I got knocked out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is why you
Was-
need a hard hat. Like, leather is good for the aesthetic, but
Mhm.
like, there's nothing that compares.
Mhm.
For heaven's sake.
But
So with all that in mind, I think it's time for our first break.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. See you guys in like 6 minutes or whenever we get back.
Sweet.
Perfect.
All right.